Good morning, horse racing enthusiasts. This is John. Today is Tuesday, the 29th of November. And I just wanted to reach out to y'all. I saw a race today that I thought was pretty interesting at PARX. And what I wanted to do was just kind of go over it really quickly. Maybe there's some a couple of overlays here that we can do some positive betting here. I'm referring to the 10th race at PARX. It's the PA NURSERY. So it's juveniles, so 2-year-old horses at PARX that are born and bred in PA, right? Even though born and bred PA, which, there's a lot of great, PA bred horses over the years come into mind. Smarty Jones comes to mind. There are a lot of good quality horses coming out of Pennsylvania. They do a lot of investment in the industry in PA, and there's a lot of state-sponsored races such as this nursery, and so I think it's a really exciting race. There's a couple of good angles, and I thought I would go through it. So just going off the bat, I wanted to say, so the race is a 7 furlongs on the dirt at PARX, and there's no specific par for this race, right? So I know there's not a buyer average. But, when you look at a race, you can still take a look at, if the horses are running in similar races, you can compare their speed figures. You can also go to the track variant and the speed figure, and it's a way to sort of compare. Off the top, I guess, going through it, the horse I like the best, it looks like a good quality horse. It's out of it's Winning Time. It's the number 12. Winchell is the sire, but that's a Tappet line, right? So keep that in mind. And then underneath is Pegasus. So I just thought that that horse has a lot of class. It ran once at PARX, ran an 82. Kathleen Damasi is the trainer. So very good connections, strong horse. The only problem is outside. It's outside post position, the 12. So 7 furlongs, you're starting right on the straight, the back stretch. In effect, has the whole length to sort of cut over, but at the end of the day, the 12 has to get over in order to sort of be a product of the race. So it has good speed, and I think it would be a good horse to select in and of itself, except for that post position. So I want to watch that horse. Right now, it's morning line 4-1. If it ticks up higher, I think that's the best horse. So if I get a little bit more from my money on that one, I might look at that horse as the win bet. So anything higher than if it stays at 4-1 or a little bit higher, then I would take that as the win bet. Otherwise, I'm looking at the 2. I think it's a great inside post. It's name of the 2 is 90% Maddie. 90% Maddie. I really like the connections on this one as well. Trainer is Robert Reed, Butch Reed. He runs primarily at PARX, but he's been up at Saratoga. He always comes loaded in Saratoga too. He's always winning a race or two up there with a limited stable. And then Pennington is the trainer. This horse shows some signs of being able to rate. It's won its first 3 races, so it's done everything that the connections have asked. It's won 3 races in a row, all at PARX. So it likes the ground. It's extending out again. I think this is a good quality horse that could be right in line. And I like that last running line in that it didn't have the lead right away, so it doesn't need the lead right out of the gate. It can kind of rate for a bit and then close. So keep that in mind. The next horse that I like is the 4, and this is a Munnings horse, right? I love Munnings, particularly in the dirt. Michael Matz is the trainer. This horse is run mostly in Delaware. Ran a 79 to win its second race. So it's right in the ballpark. The only thing is this horse needs the lead in order to win, and so I think that's going to be a problem. And then the 4th horse that I like is the 7. The 7 has, this race, if you break it down, has a lot of speed. Not only the ones that I mentioned, but other horses within the the card are front-running, front-style horses, and whether they can get the lead or not, the horse gets frustrated or expends too much energy trying to get that lead horse, and then it doesn't have a great race. So, whenever I see the speed is the question that you want to answer every race. Like, who is the speed? Who's the controlling speed? Can they get out? Can they get ahead? Do they have to expend too much energy? That's why the 12 in this race may not be the best, because what kind of energy does it expend to get that lead and to cut over at the same time? So we like. I would say this: if the 12 is 4-1 or more, then I'm going to go win bet on the 12. Otherwise, I'm going to look at the 2 as my win bet, and then I'm going to do a trifecta box, which would be 2, 4, 7, 12. So that's a 50-cent trifecta box, 2, 4, 7, 12. If the 12 is 4-1 or more, then I'm going on a win bet on the 12. Otherwise, I'm betting on the 2, assuming that it doesn't drop below, the 7-2 level that he's at right now. But, if the 2 does drop below that 7-2, the chances are the 12 is going to increase in its odds. So, that's a positive sign for us. So, all right, Race Fans, so that's it for today. We'll look for us to be doing some more videos in the near future, getting back on track. I'm thinking roughly about a Derby, recap. So not, a Derby sort of, where are we in the sort of the Derby trail, that kind of discussion. I think it's warranted. There's been a couple of futures rounds of betting outstanding. We kind of have a good idea of who's going to be, who's on that trail, the top, probably 30 horses. We probably understand who they are. So I look forward to doing that and then staying close to that until we get to the Derby. Keep in mind that Gulfstream is big this time of year. So starting in, the beginning of January, you're going to see the champion meet with the Pegasus, the Holy Bull, the juvenile races there in the spring, and then the Florida Derby. So a lot of exciting times coming up with the track. If you like these videos, again, we love to have conversations with respect to horse racing, but like, subscribe, and, send me your comments. Let me know if we could do something better, a little more of, a little less of, that kind of thing. So I look forward to exchanging a lot of communication as it relates to the horse racing as we get up to the exciting part of the year. So thanks again, horse fans. Look forward to recapping this at some point, possibly tomorrow. All right, so thanks again. Have a good day at the track. Thanks. Bye.